Hey, Jeremy, I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for joining Misunderstood.
Aloha. Good to see you.
So you were vacationing in Hawaii. How is it over there?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really unfortunate. My original plan was to go to Maui, an island that I know well, but of course there's the fires over there. So we had really wanted to just keep going and volunteer, get our hands dirty, boots on the ground. But the state enrolled locals included, friends of mine that live on the islands that just don't come. They want everybody gone. You know, power is down, phones are down. There's really no way to help other than donating, water, backpacks, toothbrushes, stuff like that, the necessities. So we had to divert some stuff, but now I'm in Kauai with a dear friend of mine, actually, Eric Neese, who I want to get you in touch with for your show. He'd be fantastic. Awesome. I got some friends out here that are doing a ayahuasca ceremony with him on some sacred ground.
Wow. Are you going to do that?
No, I've participated in them at the meditation level, just doing breath work.
Okay.
They're beautiful ceremonies. It's powerful medicine. It's so powerful medicine that you can tap in and have an experience. I left my body for 4.5 hours with no ayahuasca crossed my lips. All I did is lay down on the ground and breathe, and it pulled me into the vortex. It can be amazing stuff, especially when done with somebody who really channels that energy, who has a relationship with it, a real shaman, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so interested in that whole topic.
How about you? Have you ever done it?
I have not, because I'm scared of throwing up. And so it's like a legit, I'm petrified of it. When I was 4 years old, I ate poison berries. My mother gave me Ipecac. Mm-hmm. I, to this day, have never thrown up again, knock on wood.
Yeah.
And it's like a fear of mine, but I know that they say that means you're like purging some stuff in you, and it would probably be good for me.
So attachment is the root of all human suffering. And you're attached to this idea of vomiting. Your trauma is officially your God. And it's like Jesus parts the clouds and comes down and reaches his hands and says, Rachel, come with me. You're like, but I'm a puke. I'm going to hold on to this puke instead of having this spiritual breakthrough. Mm-hmm. I want you to put one in one hand and one in the other and tell you which one carries more weight to everybody else, right? Like, oh my gosh, no, I want the spiritual breakthrough. I want to be happy, joyous, and free. Nobody would choose to hold on to not vomiting if it takes vomiting, right? And this is why the Bible says it's easier to fit a camel through the needle's eye than a rich man to get into heaven, because a rich man represents he who has much possessions, he who is carrying load with him that cannot go through that small hole. So I love this example of taking something so small as I don't want to vomit, and looking at what it could be potentially costing you.
I totally agree. You almost just made me tear up, because that's such a good way to put it. I've never thought of it that way. You know what I mean? And it has prevented me from doing all sorts of things my whole life, to be honest with you. So enjoying roller coasters, eating certain foods, going on trips. I mean, it's so dumb, you know? But
maybe it's been beneficial too. Over drinking.
That's right. Like I do not. Yeah. I don't get drunk because of it. I don't drink a lot. Yeah. It's very true. But ayahuasca is something I've been super interested in. I want to do an episode on it because I think people are fascinated by it.
Well, I got your guy. Good. He spent 2 years with the Shipibo Indians in Peru. He's been indoctrinated as an official, tribesman. He's done over 300 ceremonies on himself. He leads people. I mean, he moved to Kauai. He walks barefoot and he's just communes with nature and speaks truth and heals people. It's wonderful. Yeah.
I love that. So I have a question. He's
been doing it for 15 years.
Wow.
Good.
I cannot wait. So do you not choose to drink the medicine or whatever they call it because of where you are in your life with not doing drugs and not drinking?
Yeah. So, I made a clear decision to really participate in this unenhanced, unaided. I mean, look, mushrooms, microdosing, macrodosing, LSD, microdosing, macrodosing, DMT, microdosing, macrodosing, ayahuasca, amazing, beautiful things. No doubt no doubt holds breakthrough, realizations, enhanced cognition, no doubt. And I've done it, I've done those things, minus ayahuasca and ibogaine. I've done a lot of those hallucinogens and had powerful experiences. But my most recent download, which was about 3 years ago, I've had bouts of sobriety that were 12 years, 3 years, a couple times. So I really spent most of the last 22 years of my life, I've been legitimately 100% medication-free, clean and sober for about 18 of them.
Wow.
But the last message I got was really clear, and it was like, there's parts of you that cannot be helped with exterior solutions. There is an inside journey that must happen raw. It must happen through emotional and spiritual, unaided, unabetted, unassisted, medically or medicinally.
Yeah.
So I've just been following that intuition, that download, and really seeking to heal in various other ways through meditation, through self-reflection, through studying various religions, through prayer, through meditation, through working with others.
Wow. So
in a roundabout way to answer your question, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So I think obviously most people know your name because of Baywatch and because of Hobie on Baywatch. And you were part of this iconic, sort of one of a kind at the time, the biggest show in television with a ton of stars, right? So before we talk about it, I just want to know how you got there, how you got to the place where you were offered that spot on the show.
So, I got 120 something stitches in my forehead when I was a year old. So 1 year old, I was practicing my Michael Jackson dance moves. While I was still in diapers, I was obsessively, compulsively committed to my craft. I was going to sing. I was going to dance. It was in my blood. It was in my bones. I did ballet. I started ballet at 3. I'm classically trained in dance and it was just my life. I didn't know it was a job. I didn't know, but I knew I wanted to perform, and I wanted to infuse and transmute energy from crowds. So anywhere I could get a spot on a table, I was dancing. I didn't know how to tap dance. I'm pretending, I'm watching Shirley Temple and stuff. I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm meant to do. So, really, I'm not who I am because I was on Baywatch. I got Baywatch because of who I was innately, on a cellular, visceral level. It's just who I was and what I had to do. I discovered that outlet early, and I wouldn't stop. It was it's what I ate, slept, and breathed. And boom, I get in front of an agent, and they're like, well, you got to get this kid and stuff. And I had a poor single mom. We didn't know anything about the entertainment industry. She didn't know. We were in Orange County. It's an hour or more away from LA. And it was just kind of a random number on a bulletin board. Child actors wanted. And my mom's like, well, geez, he's such a ham, and this was at 5 years old. So you just kind of put a shot in the dark up there. And then it was just a roller coaster ride of commercials and movies and boom, 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 boom. It just flooded in.